How to look 100% confident even if you're panicking. Physiology of confidence. In our lives, situations constantly arise where our internal state completely contradicts what needs to be shown externally. We all know that feeling, our heart pounding like crazy, palms sweating, hundreds of anxious thoughts racing through our minds, and a lump forming in our throat. This might be before an important job interview for a dream job at a large corporation in Silicon Valley where every step seems crucial and you desperately want to make an impression as a calm, competent professional. Or you're standing before a large audience preparing to deliver an important presentation at a conference in Chicago and you feel your knees trembling even though outwardly you need to appear as a composed speaker. Perhaps it's the first meeting with your partner's parents in a small town in Ohio and you desperately want to make a good impression, to be charming and confident, but inside, everything is tightening up with nerves and anxiety. We are accustomed to thinking that if we are panicking inside, it will inevitably show on our face and body, betraying our insecurity. We believe that our emotions are impossible to hide and anyone will see how truly afraid, nervous, or insecure we feel. We feel that a telltale blush, a trembling voice, or an uncertain posture will immediately give away our true state. And this belief only intensifies the panic, for now we are not only afraid of the situation but also afraid that our fear will be noticeable. This thought of inevitable exposure can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, further undermining our confidence. But what if this isn't the case? What if there's a surprising secret to looking 100% confident even if you're close to panicking inside and your internal command center is signaling full-blown alarm? This isn't about being an emotionless robot or a cold-blooded deceiver who pretends. It's not about pretense or trying to be someone you are fundamentally not. On the contrary, it's about a deep understanding of how the interconnectedness between our body and brain works. It's about how, by understanding and consciously controlling certain physiological reactions of our body, you can project confidence and calmness even when the internal command center is signaling anxiety. It's about using the science of the body and brain to manage the first impression you make, and, equally important, how this external display of confidence can help you manage your own internal state, gradually reducing your panic level. Let's delve into this idea by considering a few scenarios where the ability to project confidence despite internal chaos can be vital. Scenario 1. Public speaking at a major event. Imagine you are a TED Talk speaker in Vancouver. Thousands of people in the audience, millions watching online. Your palms are sweating, your heart is pounding, your throat is dry. You feel panic rising, threatening to derail your meticulously prepared speech. At this moment, it's crucial to appear confident, otherwise, the audience will sense your nervousness and trust in your words will diminish. If you start speaking with a shaky voice, slouching, or fidgeting anxiously, listeners, even subconsciously, will begin to doubt your competence or the significance of your message. However, if you can control certain physiological aspects, maintain good posture, make eye contact, speak at a measured pace, you can hold the audience's attention and make them listen. Scenario 2. A crisis situation within a team. You are the manager of a development team at a startup in Austin, Texas. Suddenly, a critical bug is discovered in a product that's about to launch. The team is in a panic, everyone is looking for someone to blame, no one knows what to do. Inside, a storm might be raging within you, the fear of failure is immense. But if you show your panic, the team will descend into even greater chaos. Your role is to project calmness, confidence, and control to guide them toward finding a solution. If you start getting nervous, shouting, or fussing, it will only worsen the situation. Your outward composure, even if strained, will become an anchor for the entire team. Scenario 3. Important negotiations. You are representing your company at a meeting with potential investors in Boston. Huge money and the future of your project are at stake. Inside, you feel immense pressure, you're afraid of saying the wrong thing, of missing your chance. But if the investors see your nervousness, they might doubt your competence and reliability. Your task is to radiate calmness, confidence, and unwavering conviction in your product or idea. Even the slightest signs of panic can cost you the deal. Scenario 4. A first date. You're meeting someone you really like and you want to make a good impression. Inside, you're nervous, afraid of saying something silly, of looking awkward. However, if you slouch, avoid eye contact, speak too quickly or too softly, this can be perceived as a lack of interest or insecurity. Projecting confidence, even if it's just an outer shell initially, can help you feel more at ease and create a pleasant atmosphere for communication. These scenarios show that the ability to appear confident, even when panicking inside, is not just a pleasant personality trait. It is a vital skill that can determine success or failure in critical situations. We are used to thinking of the body and mind as two separate entities, where the mind, emotions, dictates how the body behaves. However, science shows that this connection is bidirectional. How our body behaves can directly influence what our mind feels. This is known as the facial feedback theory and research on power poses, which demonstrate that by changing our posture or facial expression, we can also change our internal emotional state. We will talk about how, by understanding and consciously controlling these physiological reactions of our body, our posture, gaze, voice, breathing, facial expression, you can effectively project confidence and calmness even when the internal command center is signaling anxiety. This is not about pretense or trying to be someone you are not, but about using scientifically proven principles of body and brain psychology to manage the first impression you make on others and simultaneously, gradually reduce your own stress level. In the next part, we will analyze these specific physiological switches in detail, which will help you master this art. In the first part, we acknowledge the universality of situations where internal anxiety clashes with the need to project outward confidence. We discovered that our emotions are not uncontrollable manifestations and that there is a scientifically proven way to manage how we appear even when panic rages within. Now, we will delve into the most fundamental physiological principles that allow us to project this unwavering confidence despite internal chaos. This is not manipulation in a negative sense, not a way to deceive others, but a skillful, ethical use of how our body and brain interact with each other to manage first impressions and, ultimately, our own state. Firstly, body language is your silent but loudest orator. Our body speaks much more about us than we can imagine. Our posture, gestures, hand movements, even how we stand or sit, all of this is subconsciously read by those around us and forms their perception of our confidence or insecurity. If you slouch, drop your shoulders, constantly fidget, or cross your arms over your chest, you transmit signals of closed-offness, insecurity, and weakness. Conversely, if you stand or sit upright with your shoulders back, chin slightly raised, and with an open posture, e.g., arms relaxed at your sides or on a table not crossed, you transmit strength, confidence, and openness. This is what psychologists call power poses. Research, including that conducted by Amy Cuddy of Harvard Business School, has shown that adopting such poses not only makes you appear more confident to others, but also actually changes your body's biochemistry. For example, if before an important presentation or interview you strike a superhero pose, hands on hips, feet shoulder-width apart, chest forward, chin slightly raised, for at least a couple of minutes in a private place, e.g., a restroom or an empty hallway, this can not only make you look more confident but also actually reduce the level of the stress hormone cortisol and increase the level of testosterone, a hormone associated with confidence and dominance. That is, your body sends a signal to your brain: I am strong, I am in control, and your brain begins to believe this, reducing panic. Remember how, on an American sports field, a basketball player, after scoring a crucial shot, straightens their shoulders and raises their arms. This is not just a celebration, but an instant power pose that reinforces their internal feeling of victory. Secondly, eye contact is an incredibly powerful tool that signals your confidence and honesty. A person who is confident in themselves and their words looks their interlocutor in the eye. Avoiding eye contact, a wandering gaze, constantly looking down, or staring at the floor. All these are clear signals of nervousness, insecurity, and sometimes insincerity. We instinctively distrust those who avoid our gaze. Learn to maintain steady, calm, but not staring so as not to appear aggressive or strange, eye contact. In Western business communication, it is recommended to maintain eye contact for about 60 to 70% of the time. If you are speaking to an audience, try to distribute your gaze evenly across different parts of it, lingering on each person for 2 to 3 seconds. This creates the feeling that you are addressing everyone personally and are in control of the situation. For example, during a job interview in New York, even if you are nervous, the effort to maintain direct and calm eye contact with the interviewer will not only show your confidence but also help you focus on the conversation. Thirdly, vocal signals, tempo, tone, and clarity of speech. Your voice is a powerful resonator of your internal state, but it can be controlled. Recall how we discussed the power of slow speech. When you panic, your voice often becomes higher, your speech tempo accelerates, filler words appear, and your speech becomes disorganized. These are clear signs of nervousness. Intentionally slow down your speech tempo. Speak deliberately, clearly articulating each word. Use a slightly lower vocal tone within your natural range. Lower tones are associated with authority and calmness. Avoid filler words, well, like, as they undermine your confidence. Even if a storm is raging inside you, a controlled speech tempo creates the impression that you have everything under control. Your interlocutor or audience will subconsciously adjust to your rhythm, and this will give you additional control. For example, during a phone call to a client in a stressful situation, if you speak calmly and deliberately, you can convey a sense of stability and competence to the client, even if you are experiencing significant internal tension. Fourthly, facial expression, relaxed and open. Our face is the calling card of our emotions. A tense jaw, a furrowed brow, pursed lips, or overly active, restless facial expressions can betray your anxiety and insecurity. Relax your facial muscles. Allow a light, natural, subtle smile to appear, or simply a neutral, open expression. A slight smile signals your friendliness, inner harmony, and confidence, even if it is not a reflection of genuine amusement. If you cannot smile sincerely, just relax the muscles around your eyes and mouth. This will be enough to avoid the tension that reveals panic. Remember how TV presenters or politicians in the US, even when answering tough questions, maintain a calm, relaxed facial expression. This is part of their strategy for projecting confidence. Fifthly, breathing is your inner anchor and an invisible tool for self-control. Shallow, rapid, interrupted breathing when you feel like you're gasping for air is a clear sign of panic and anxiety. This is the body's reflexive response to stress. Slow, deep breathing through the diaphragm, belly breathing, not chest breathing, not only calms the nervous system by activating the parasympathetic system, but also makes your speech more measured and your body more relaxed. Hiding external manifestations of anxiety. Before an important situation, take a minute to take 3 to 5 deep, slow breaths. This will help reduce your heart rate, calm your mind, and prepare your body to project confidence. For example, before starting an important presentation in Seattle, you can take a few such breaths to compose yourself and go on stage looking calmer. These simple yet scientifically proven physiological actions, controlling your body language, eye contact, voice, facial expression, and breathing, allow you to outwardly appear absolutely confident, even if you are experiencing significant stress or are close to panicking inside. It is important to understand that this is not just playing to the audience. These actions trigger a feedback mechanism in your brain. When your body sends signals of confidence and calmness to your brain begins to adjust to these signals, gradually reducing the level of anxiety and fear. You not only make the desired impression, but also genuinely begin to feel calmer and more confident. In the next, concluding part, we will highlight the long-term benefits of this strategy and discuss how consistent practice of these techniques can lead to genuine inner confidence. We have come a long way in our exploration of how to manage the external manifestation of confidence, even when a storm rages within. In the first part, we realized how often our internal state is at odds with what we need to show the world. In the second part, we delved into the fundamental physiological principles, body language, eye contact, vocal signals, facial expression, and breathing, and understood how these simple yet powerful tools allow us to project calmness and competence. Now it's time to bring all this knowledge together and understand how the ability to look 100% confident, even if you're panicking, can become a valuable skill that transforms not only how others perceive you, but also your own internal state. In conclusion, we emphasize that the ability to look 100% confident, even if you're panicking, is not a trick to deceive, not a mask, and not a tool for manipulation. On the contrary, it is a valuable skill of self-control, mindfulness, and effective interaction with the world around you. It's not about pretending to be someone else, but about managing your reactions to stress and using your body's physiology to your advantage, both for external impression and for internal calm. The whole secret is that these physiological switches we discussed, adopting a power pose, maintaining eye contact, slowing down speech, relaxing your face, and deep breathing, act very quickly. Often, within 30 seconds, you can significantly change how others perceive you. And, most surprisingly, these external changes trigger powerful feedback to your brain. When your body sends signals of confidence and calmness to your brain, your internal state begins to adjust. The brain receives information, the body is acting confidently, so there's no danger, and initiates chemical reactions that reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and increase neurotransmitters associated with well-being. You not only make the desired impression, but also genuinely begin to feel calmer and more confident. This is not a trick, but a biochemical reality. True confidence comes from within ***. It is the result of accumulated experience, knowledge, and self-acceptance. However, the ability to project it outwardly even when you are not entirely confident or are experiencing anxiety is a powerful tool for achieving success and building harmonious relationships. This is not about being fearless. Fear is a natural reaction. It's about being able to manage your reactions to fear and use physiology to your advantage, transforming anxiety into calmness and competence. Consider how you can integrate the physiology of confidence into your daily life. This does not require heroic efforts, but rather regular, conscious practice. 1. Daily power poses. Start your day with a 2-minute superhero pose in front of the mirror. Or, if you feel nervous before an important call, adopt an open posture with your shoulders back before picking up the phone. This simple habit will begin to rewire your biochemistry and internal sense of self. 2. Conscious eye contact. Practice maintaining eye contact in everyday conversations. When talking to a colleague, a friend, or even a cashier at a store, try to keep your gaze at eye level. Notice when you start to look away and gently bring your gaze back. This will develop your habit and make eye contact natural, which will increase your perceived honesty and confidence. 3. Controlling speech pace and voice. Before an important conversation or presentation, take a deep breath in and out. Start speaking slowly, articulating each word clearly. If you notice yourself speeding up, take a short pause and consciously slow down. Practice reading aloud slowly and expressively. This will help you gain control over your voice and pace, making your speech more impactful and convincing. Remember how confident TV presenters sound when they speak calmly and deliberately. 4. Relaxing facial muscles. Consciously relax your jaw and the muscles around your eyes. Pay attention to keeping your face open, not tense or furrowed. Practice a light, natural, subtle smile. Even a barely noticeable smile signals friendliness and inner harmony. This makes you more attractive and approachable even when you are focused. 5. Breathing as an anchor. In moments of stress or before an important situation, use deep diaphragmatic breathing. Take several slow breaths in through your nose, filling your abdomen with air, and then slowly exhale through your mouth. This instantly calms the nervous system and reduces the physiological manifestations of panic. This is your personal anxiety switch. Long-term benefits. Regular practice of these techniques leads to a significant reduction in chronic anxiety and an increase in overall self-confidence. When your body constantly transmits signals of confidence, your brain rewires itself and you begin to feel more confident in different situations. This is not just playing a role, but a reprogramming process that leads to genuine inner confidence based on your experience of successfully managing yourself. Improved relationships. Confident people attract others. Your calmness and confidence will draw those around you, foster open communication, and build stronger connections both at work and in your personal life. People will feel more comfortable in your presence. Increased influence. Confidence is a key component of influence. When you appear competent and calm, your opinion will carry more weight and people will be more willing to listen to your ideas and follow you. Increased productivity. Less energy is spent battling panic and anxiety, and more is spent on solving tasks. A calm mind is capable of making more effective decisions. Reduced stress. The physiological actions themselves, such as deep breathing and power poses, directly reduce stress levels, making your life more comfortable and less exhausting. Ultimately, the ability to manage the physiology of confidence is not just a way to make an impression as a calm and competent person, but also a path to gradually reducing your own anxiety, becoming truly self-confident. This is an investment in your mental and emotional well-being that will pay dividends in all aspects of life. Master this skill, and you will find that you can handle any challenge, maintaining inner calm and outward composure, inspiring those around you by your example.